The Bonefire by Ian Clements. The villagers led Ragnar the prisoner away from the village. The villagers and the prisoner started to walk up the rocky hill. Ragnar stumbled and then fell as he climbed towards the stone circle. Ragnar's eyes were bloodshot and scowling. The prisoner's eyes were bloodshot but strangely blank. His face was grimy and sweaty. He was sweating and his cheeks were red. Ragnar's black hair was messy and knotted. The hill was huge and covered in mist. The dark clouds looked threatening. There was a creepy feeling in the air. The stones were as forbidding as the gates of hell. They looked like markers for dead men. They were as pointy as witches' teeth. "We are leaving you here to die," said Sif. The villagers turned to the prisoner. "You deserve to die," one of them said. "He killed my father, and now I will kill him," Sif shouted. "No, Sif, we will not kill him," said Sigurd. The stone slab lay in the middle of the stone circle. It was covered in lichen. Ragnar was angrily grabbed by the villagers. They were ready to tie him to the slab. The villagers slowly tied Ragnar's hands and feet together. They slung Ragnar onto the stone slab. The sword was pointy and deadly. Sigurd was ready to make a deep cut. "The crows will smell the blood and come," Sif shouted to the others. Sigurd made a cut in Ragnar's leg with his sword. Ragnar swore as the sword cut into his leg. His wound started to drip blood. "Don't leave me here," he begged the villagers. The villagers and Sigurd all started to walk away from the stone circle. As they came into the stone circle, all they could see was a pile of black crow feathers. They could see Ragnar's bones underneath the black feathers. The crows had devoured Ragnar's flesh. All that was left was bones. "'Tis a fair punishment," the villagers said to each other. His bones were heaped onto the stone slab. They all waited for Mouse. They all looked at Mouse. Mouse pointed to the clouds. The cloud above them was turning darker. Lightning split the sky above her. The lightning bolt streaked through the air and hit Ragnar's bones with a loud explosion. The bones suddenly started to burn. They sent flames high into the air. Sif and Sigurd slowly turned to look at Mouse. Mouse was staring at the fire as she muttered words that no one could hear. "She is using her magic," Sigurd thought to himself. Everyone suddenly noticed something strange starting to happen. The pile of bones was starting to move. The bones were joining themselves back together. Everyone was mesmerized. They suddenly realized that the bones were taking on a skeleton shape. The skeleton sat up and looked around. It reached down to the ground next to it and pulled up a sword that had been lying next to it. There was a burning flame where the blade should have been. The skeleton held the sword and looked around him. He has returned from the dead to take his revenge, breathed Sigurd. He has come back from the dead to punish us, shouted the villagers. Gasping and panting with fear, they fled from the stone circle. The skeleton chased after them, his flaming sword burning brightly as he ran.